All right, thanks, guys. The White Sox take on the Tigers, 110 Detroit. Chicago's minus 120. Totals 8.5 up to 9. Nickel move toward Chicago. We got Rodon for the White Sox, Zimmerman for Detroit. Detroit's 25-21 against losing ball clubs. Chicago's dropped 9 of 11 head-to-head matchups with the Tigers. 7 out of 11 head-to-head matchups between these squads stayed under the line. Got to take the under in this one. Give me the Tigers outright and the under 9 flat. And welcome to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Wednesday's MLB action. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you to check out my daily best play at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're hurting yourself each and every day you're not subscribed. Packages begin at just $1.99 a month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. I also have my current record for the daily best plays, and that's a part of the free content. So if you want to see what my record is, go ahead and check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. I also want to give a quick shout out, a big thank you to my headline sponsor for today's program. That's Jimmy and the boys at GhostPicksATS.com. And if you like making money on sports, there's no reason why you shouldn't check out one or more of their very affordable money-making packages. That's Jimmy and the boys at GhostPicksATS.com, GhostPicksATS.com. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at our Wednesday slate of baseball games and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we got Pirates-Twins, 110 Minnesota. The Twins are $1.20. Total was 8.5 down to 8. Nickel faded the Twins. We got Archer for Pittsburgh, Berrios for Minnesota. Minnesota's won their last 4 straight home games. Pittsburgh's just $4.57 as the road underdog. Both teams are 3-0 to the under in their last 3. Got to take the Twins. Give me Minnesota minus 120 in the under 8.5. Next game, Brewers, Cubs, 220 Wrigley. The Cubs are $1.35. Total was 10.5 down to 10 flat. 10-cent fade of the Cubs in the early betting. Guerras for the Brewers. Hendricks for the Cubs. Chicago's won just 11 of 24 when Hendricks throws the first pitch. They've also dropped 2 of their last 3 ball games. 10 out of 12 head-to-head matchups between these squads stayed under the line. Give me the underdog Brewers catching the plus money and the under 10 runs. Next game, Mariners, A's, 335 Oakland. The A's are $1.25. Totals 9. 10-cent fade of the A's in the early going here. We got Leak for the Mariners, Anderson for the Athletics. Oakland's an impressive 25-9 as the home favorite. Seattle's just 48% at the current market price. 8 out of 10 Brett Anderson starts stayed under the total. Give me the A's outright and the under 9 flat. Next game, Red Sox, Phillies, 7:05 Citizens Bank Park. The Sox are $1.20. Totals 9. 20-cent fade of the Sox already. Eovaldi's for the Sox. Velasquez for the Fightins. Phillies won just 9 of 22 when Velasquez makes the start. Boston's gone 789 in their games at the current money line odds. 3 out of 3 head-to-head matchups between these squads got over. Give me the Sox minus 120 and the under 9 runs. Next game, Mets, O's, 7:05 Baltimore. The Mets are $1.20. Total was 8.5 up to 9. 10-cent fade of New York. Wheelers for the Mets. Bundy's for the Orioles. Baltimore's just $2.74 in their games as the underdog. New York's actually $6.11 in their games as the official road favorite. 3 out of 3 head-to-head matchups between these squads stayed under. Got to take the Mets in this one. Give me New York minus 120 in the under 9 runs. Next game, Tampa Bay. Yankees, 7:05 New York. The Yanks are $2. Total was 8.5 up to 9. Farias for the Rays. Luis Sessa for the Yankees. New York's 40-16 as the home favorite. Tampa's won just 21 of 51, taking on winning ball clubs. 9-4 to the under in these teams' 13 matchups. Got to take the Yanks. Give me New York run line in the under 9 runs. Next game, Indians, Reds, 7:10 Cincinnati. The Indians are $1.65. Total was 9.5 down to 9 runs. Bieber's for the Indians. Stevenson's for the Reds. Cincy's just $3.95 in their games as the home dog. Cleveland's 33-18, taking on sub-500 teams. All 5 head-to-head matchups between these squads got over the total. Give me the Indians outright in the over, 9 runs. Next game, Marlins-Braves, 7:35 Atlanta. The Braves are 230, totals 8.5. Uranus for the Marlins, Gaussman's for the Braves. Atlanta's taken 11 of 14 against the Marlins this year. Miami's won just 6 of 23 when Urana makes the first pitch. 10-4 to the over between these two squads this year. Give me the Braves run line in the over, 8.5. Next game, Rockies-Astros, 8-10 Houston. The Astros are the $2 favorites, total 7.5. 10-cent move toward the Astros. Anderson's for Colorado, Cole's for Houston. Houston's 17-7 when Cole makes the start. Colorado's won just 10 of 24 when Anderson makes the start themselves. 3 out of 3 head-to-head matchups between these squads stayed under the line. I got to think these Astros will bust out of this slump at Minute Maid Park. They haven't been able to get a W at home in a real long time, but I think tonight's the night. Give me the Astros run line and the under, 7.5. Next game, Blue Jays, Royals, 8:15 Kansas City. The Blue Jays are $1.50, totals 9, 20-cent move toward Toronto. Estrada's for the Jays. Jorge Lopez makes his first start for KC. KC's dropped 4 of 5 head-to-head matchups with Toronto this year. The Jays are 23-14, taking on sub-500 teams. 4 out of 5 head-to-head matchups between these squads got over the line. Give me the Blue Jays outright in the over, 9 runs. Next game, Nationals, Cardinals, 8:15 St. Louis. The Cards are $1.10, totals 9. Hellickson's for the Nats, Gomer's for the Cards. St. Louis is a perfect 3-0 when Gomer makes the first pitch. Washington's won just 30% of their ball games played at the current market price. 14 out of 17 Hellickson starts did stay under the total. Give me the Cards outright in the under, 9 flat. Next game, Angels, Padres, 9-10 San Diego. The Pods are $1.25. Total was 8.5 down to 8 flat. 20-cent move toward the Padres. We got Pena for the Angels, Erlin for the Padres. San Diego's just 361 in their games at Petco Park. The Angels are 32-15 versus losing ball clubs. 3 out of 4 Robbie Erlin starts did get over the line this season for the Padres. Got to take the underdogs in this one. Give me the underdog Angels and the over, 8 runs. All right, I'm going to slide to my next and final game for the show. It is going to be what is it going to be? It's going to be Giants-Dodgers, 10-10 Los Angeles. The Dodgers are $1.80, totals 8 flat. Hollins for San Francisco, Ryus for Los Angeles. The Dodgers are just 40% in their games at the current market price. The Giants are 9-6 in their head-to-head matchups with the Dodgers. Just 7 out of 22 Hollins starts actually got over the line. Give me the underdog Giants catching the plus money and the under, 8 runs. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. Just a quick recap. We had the Tigers outright in the under 9 flat in that one. We had the Twins minus 120 in the under 8 runs in that one. We had the Brewers catching the plus money in the under 10 runs in that one. We had the A's outright in the under 9 flat in that one. We had the Red Sox minus 120 in the under 9 runs in that one. We had New York minus 120 in the under 9 runs in that one. We had the Yankees run line in the under 9 runs in that one. We had the Indians outright in the over 9 runs in that one. We had the Braves run line in the over 8.5 in that one. We had the Astros run line in the under 7.5 in that one. We had the Blue Jays outright in the over 9.5, over 9 flat. We also had the Cardinals outright in the under 9 flat in that one. We had the Angels, the underdog Angels taking on the Padres. We have the Angels getting the job done in the over 8 runs. And finally, we had the Giants catching the plus money in the under 8 runs in that run. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just have to remind you to check out my daily best play at patreon.com/BrockPage. And with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're hurting yourself each and every day you're not subscribed. Packages begin at just $1.99 a month. There's also plenty of free content there as well, including my current record. So if you want to take a look at my current daily best play record, that's a part of my free content. Just go over to patreon.com/BrockPage and check that out. And I also want to give a big shout out, a special thank you. And I also want to remind you to check out My headline sponsor, that's Jimmy and the boys at GhostPicksATS.com. Jimmy and his team of young, hungry, expert consultants at Ghost Picks are the most passionate in the business. And if you thought I was good at handicapping games, these guys are amongst the best in the industry. And as always, thank you for watching today's program. I hope you enjoyed all this great information. Couldn't do it without you. You are the most important part of this program, you watching. And please don't forget to check out my daily best play at patreon.com/BrockPage.